Okay, folks, Inland Empire gun owners strive to be the ounce prevention in the fight for your gun rights. How do they do it? They do it by fundraising, and getting local pro-gun candidates elected. Become a member today. Go to iegunowners.com/join and join the growing number of responsible gun owners stepping up to defend our Second Amendment right. The iegunowners.com/join. In fact, you can join all of the groups just by going to San Diego County Gun Owners.
How about that?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the second hour of Gun Owners Radio. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on finding us. We are your Second Amendment community here in Southern California. We're on every Sunday from 4 to 6 California time. Of course, you can see us youtube.com/gunownersradio or go to gunownersradio.com. Sign up for our newsletter, and we have a winner from last week who signed up for our newsletter and is won a Gun Owners Radio t-shirt. Goes to Daniel G23 Cunningham. Congratulations. I don't know what the G23 means. Is he a clone? Is he some kind of a G23?
It's a clock. I don't know.
Maybe that's it. I think it's 23 is that 40 caliber? So he's Daniel 40 caliber Cunningham?
Something like that, yep.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, congratulations, Daniel. Thank you so much. We're going to send you a t-shirt. If you guys want to win a prize, join the email newsletter. Go to gunownersradio.com/subscribe. And, of course, pick up your merch at shop.gunownersradio.com. Alisha.
Yes?
Pull back the curtain. The second segment. Last week, of course, you talked about a defensive gun use situation.
Correct.
What are you talking about this week?
So this one's a little bit different. I know, like I said, the spirit of what we were going after was to talk about a defensive shooting situation. We're kind of deviating a little bit, but I feel like it's still an important topic. It actually deals with the red flag laws. So, title of the article, just throw it out there. It states, a Florida school received a threat. Did a red flag law prevent a shooting? So when you get into the meat of the article, there is a school that's described as being an alternative high school in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. There is a student who...
What do you mean by alternative?
Kids that have gotten into some trouble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a school for troubled children.
Correct. And so there was a past student who was no longer a student at the school, according to the article. He sent a photograph and here's word for word what they put. It says that he, so I'm just going to read it from the article. It says,
go for it.
A statement he made. He says, I just might come to Yo school and kill everybody. A 17-year-old who had previously attended the school wrote on an Instagram message to another student. According to police records, he singled out the principal and a behavioral specialist and sent a chilling photograph with a handgun and an assault rifle. So right there, that tells you where their minds are at. Mm-hmm. Splayed out on a bed with Siegel Alternative High School written across the top of the image, which is the name of the school, this alternative school. So he made some specific threats. The article later, if you read further down, does state that he made specific threats about how he wanted to follow the principal to his vehicle and take him out there in the parking lot. He gets very specific, making threats against specific people. They claim that they use the red flag law in Florida to go move in and to prevent the shooting from happening. But really potatoes of what I want to get to is what I wanted to bring up is they're really linking this situation and saving the day to the red flag law. So what I wanted to kind of bring into this is a discussion of, without a red flag law, would this have still been stopped or prevented? Did he was already breaking the law. He was already making.
Well, the law he broke is? He was making terroristic threats.
Correct,
exactly
which
right.
Which is already a law.
But isn't there already a law for that?
There is, exactly.
So
but
then why do we
giving
need
the
a colored
credit.
law?
Exactly
Correct.
right.
That's exactly the point. So Did
you get that action?
Yes.
He's taking notes.
So
he's a studious student over here.
I mean, you're not going to leave us hanging. There's more to the story.
So they moved in. This was, again, a 17-year-old student in the state of Florida. You cannot purchase a handgun, a long gun, in the state of Florida under the age of 18. Handguns are 21. Long guns, it's stated it could be at the age of 18 if they had certain authority by way of a position through a job. Otherwise, it's 21 across the board. He couldn't buy ammunition. He couldn't buy the firearms. So he was already prohibited from...
Broke another law.
Correct. Broke another law. So all the credit for saving the day is being given to that red flag law.
Even though it's totally unnecessary.
Correct.
It's totally
Correct.
totally unnecessary. Not only that, but so red flag law, they were invented to, in theory, they were trying to fill a gap. Hey, if someone's not breaking a law, but we're worried about them, that's what a red flag law is for.
How many people know that the other laws are already on the books? Because we don't talk about them, they don't talk about them, and nobody knows about them.
Well, it's just...
But red flag...
Well, but it just goes back, Alicia, exactly what you're saying. It goes back to if someone is breaking the law, and I mean a terroristic threat is something, if you're,
it's a
everybody
murder
knows.
threat.
Everybody knows that's illegal, I hope, unless you're just a total psycho. But if you're breaking the law, we can take your guns. If you're not breaking the law, then why are we taking your guns? But this is a tactic they're using to get people comfortable with red flag laws,
right?
By using red flag laws when they're not necessary,
putting a spin
on it. But so now, what are you going to do? Are you going to argue? Well, wait a minute, this guy, terroristic threats. He was making terroristic threats. You don't think we should, red flag him? Well, no. What we're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Alisha. What you're saying is, the red flag law, the use of the red flag law in its existence did absolutely nothing to help this situation.
Correct.
But it's getting all the credit.
Correct. There are already laws on the books. There were already steps that they could take with existing laws. Why do we need a redundancy?
And that's
Why
all
do we need another backdoor?
I would say. We don't need this law.
And so why do you think they're doing it? What do you think their motivation?
I think you've already put it. You already kind of put it out there. I think they are trying to put a spin and a positive lens through viewing red laws as being a positive. Look at the great thing that we stopped.
Well, and the other laws, those are harder to convince the public that need to be enforced.
Well, they're not as sexy,
right? But if a red flag, it's like a red flag in front of a bull, kind of a mentality. But see,
it's new. The red flag laws are new and shiny. The terroristic threats.
Exactly. See, this is what I was saying earlier. They'll try one thing, and if they don't get the results, they already got another play to play. So they back up, regroup, and they try something else. And then we say something, and they try something else. I think, and if the red flag law dies, they'll come up with something else. There's always something in the background that they have in their bag of tricks to use. If we continually rebut what they say, they're always ready with something else.
Well, and you know what they're not. You know what you're not going to see covered in the news. You're not going to see them say, "Hey, you know what? We screwed up on this.
Oh no,
this one over here. So we did this red flag on this guy, and it turns out he wasn't dangerous at all, and we really overstepped our authority, and that's a huge mistake, everybody. So
you'll never hear that.
We cost this guy $15,000, and he had to spend the weekend in jail, and it was for no reason. Right. So we just wanted to get that story out there and let everybody know that maybe these red flag laws aren't perfect. So, you think they're ever going to write that article?
Can I play chess with you? Because you're terrible. You are terrible.
But
you're right. They're never going to.
You're not going to see that in the media. But if you come
look, can't even get them to say they're sorry.
If you look at my phone log, you're going to see people calling all the time about that kind of stuff. Real world. Yeah. If you talk to if the clients that John Dillon, the attorney, can talk about, he's got a bunch of those, and that's why these red flag laws are bad. Mm-hmm. Don't look at the supposed false stories about the good that they're doing. You have to look at the horrible bad they're doing and the fact that we just don't need them.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.